I'm not the guy who like. My wife handles all of the
tech,
social
media and stuff.
So my wife, thank goodness, she's quite a bit younger than me.
Nice,
and,
for you.
Yeah, which is
that's cool.
Yeah. And so,
what do you think of this place?
Oh, my wife, she hates to be in front of attention, and I'm like, let her rip. And so she like lives vicariously. Like she would never want to be on a podcast.
No.
But she's starting to like open up a little bit. And post on the Hunkerin Stool a little bit. She just posted that little time lapse.
That right there?
Yeah.
Nice.
So she's had 3 children in 3 years.
Oh, good for her. Congrats, man.
Good for both of you.
6 feet tall.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are gonna make warrior babies.
My boys are off the charts.
Yeah.
And so her.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
You're 6'3". Okay.
My brother's 6'5".
Nice.
Her dad is 6'5". And then her 2 brothers, one is playing football at SUU.
Yeah.
And then her other brother just got a full ride. He's 6'4", 205. Going to go play for the Air Force Academy.
Good for him, man.
He's still a senior in high school. And then my nephew is that kid. Oh, that's one of the brothers. That's at SUU. And see this kid right here? He's a freshman at the Utes. He's 6'4", 285.
Which one? Black shirt on the left?
Black shirt with the Utes.
Okay.
That kid is killing it at the Utes.
I'll say he's 6'5"?
6'4".
6'4". Still. And he's a freshman?
Yes.
What's he weigh?
285. I don't know what the guy on the left's eating.
I was going to say, dude, I'm standing next to you and those kids next to you. That is crazy how big they are. They're bigger than you are.
Yeah.
Wow. Genetics.
Yeah,
crazy, man.
Yeah.
Crazy and also unfair and awesome all at the same time.
So I strategically hunted down my wife.
Ooh, I like that. Okay. How'd you do that?
So my wife was going to Brigham Young University, which is a LDS, private Christian, very conservative university.
Okay.
And she was out in Salt Lake City, which was 40 minutes away from Provo. And she was at a bar where she wasn't supposed to be. And she had no idea that I saw her from across the bar. And I'm like, oh, that's going to, So I just hunted her down. And she had no idea because guys at BYU weren't going after a 6-foot-tall Amazon.
And has that always been your thing?
Oh,
you
always.
like tall.
Always.
Tall and big. Me too. Seriously. I like tall women. I think it's awesome. I think they're very sporty. They're athletic. So I usually have something in common with them. It seems
Are you
like
married?
No, I'm not. Okay. No, we're both single. Dude. It's crazy. It's a weird time in life. I mean,
How old are you?
I'm 33.
I didn't get married until I was 43. You got 10 years to figure it out.
Awesome. And Chris, even longer. How old are you now, bro?
I'm 25.
25.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's a baby.
I'm barely out of
I'm not even looking at this point.
No, you shouldn't.
I got so much shit to figure out before. Yeah.
It's good to take your time with this, though. I mean, it's the most important decision you'll ever make in your life, as far as I'm concerned. Who you mate for life with is going to impact the rest of your life. What your kids are going to think, how they're going to behave, all of that stuff. It's huge.
Well, and as an older dad,
how old are you?
I'm 48.
Dude, you're good. You're looking good.
I'm knocking on 50.
That's great, though.
And the last podcast, the doctor from LA, stem cells.
Oh yeah, Kong. Dr. Kong.
I can't say her name right.
What's her first name? Dr.
Is it Kim?
Kim? We just posted her. Let me look at her page. Keep going, please.
Anyways, the last doctor you had on, and I don't want to butcher
Joy. It's Joy.
Joy. Dr. Joy Kong.
Joy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She had done, and talk about an informative. You guys are doing great podcasts.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
you guys are kicking ass.
Thank you.
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I was so pleasantly surprised to hear that podcast because last summer of 23, I had stem cells in my back, and then I got stem cells in my knee.
Whoa.
So I've lived an extremely rough and volatile life. MMA, college football, construction, strongman. On the wrong side of 40, I started competing in the International Highland Game Federation Stones of Strength circuit. on the wrong side of 40.
What does that look like? Is it exactly what I'm picturing? Are you're picking up like the Denny stones?
Yes, we're doing strongman competitions with only stones. So I'm competing against professional strongmen and professional Highland Games.
Probably younger than 40, I would imagine.
Yes.
Are they usually, were you on the upper end of the spectrum with age?
I was on the grayer in the beard side of it.
I love that,
and
though.
so up until I was 45, I was still competing. But at 45,
it just...
years. And then, so when I was playing college football at the University of Utah, was when the first time I herniated my L4 and L5.
Whoa.
And it was so severe that my left leg no longer worked.
Yeah, pull the mic a little closer to your face, bud.
And so today, I still have nerve damage down my left leg, down my sciatic nerve.
Got it.
Hence the invention of the Hunkerin Stool. Because over the years, I've been figuring out how I can rest in a deep squat, but I'm 300 pounds. And I'm older, and it's harder to get down in those low flexible, like yoga girls can do it.
Yeah.
And if you can't see me, I don't look like I'm a yoga girl.
They can see you and you don't.
I mean, which I love yoga. I'm just not a very good practitioner of it. So the Malasana pose is the deep squat. And so through trial and error,
yogi squat.
Yes. And that's on a whole nother end of it is we have different energy centers and chakras, and that is the first pose where you start to open up your root chakra,
the pelvic floor. Talking about this a lot, man. You're speaking my lingo. And
yes.
I was loving that I'll be honest, that was the big thing that sold me on the interview. I heard you talking about the pelvic floor, how it's undertrained, how it's understretched. People don't know how to engage it, and how the Hunkerin stool directly pertained to that. I love that.
So my wife, she 3 children in 3 years, and my babies they induce her a week early. They're 10-pound babies.
Good for you, man. And good for her.
So that's a lot of wear and tear on a female's body.
Back to back, 1 year apart too.
Yeah. So 14 months, the other one's like almost 18, 19 months. And so she just actually went through pelvic floor therapy.
Yeah.
After the 3rd baby, and night and day difference. And it's like pulling up your zipper.
Yeah.
It's sucking up the bottom of it. And as men, we have pelvic floors as well. And then from my background of getting beat up and getting hurt, I've lost that core stability. And I developed an anterior pelvic tilt.
Of course.
From sitting.
Yep.
My psoas tightens and stiffens. My hip flexors shorten and stiffen.
Which causes back pain.
And so it's the front that's causing the back, because it's all connected. The hip bone's connected to the thigh bone, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I say a lot of times if you're experiencing pain, oftentimes your therapist needs to look the opposite direction of where the pain resides. If your pain is in your back, a lot of times the problem is in the front. Your psoas is tight, so your erectors feel stiff. A perfect example of what you're talking about.
And lifting giant stones. So we have to, one of the things we do is we load a stone, a 300-pound stone, up into your shoulder.
Right.
And so to take a 300-pound stone off the ground and load it up onto your shoulder, the amount of strain and torque and twisting on your core is, I didn't realize it now until as I've gotten older that stuff is very hard on your body.
Yeah.
And but at all of the end of the day, the hardest thing I've ever done is sit. Even right now, you're going to see me wiggling around a lot because I cannot sit for extended periods of time.
Why do you think that is?
Just from the damage I've done to my body. And then as we sit, our glutes, biggest, strongest muscles on our body, are deactivated. Like right now, my glute is gooey. When I'm sitting in a deep squat, my glute is slightly activated. And when I lean forward on my Hunkerin stool, it's activating my glute, and I'm sucking in my pelvic floor and my core. And then I'm leaning forward, I'm stretching out my Achilles, the outside of my left calf, where all that sciatic nerve damage is.
Yeah.
And so I don't sit on a couch. I either lay on the floor or lay on. I have a big couch downstairs for the TV. Nothing like this, by the way. And so I'm able to rest and I'll sit on the floor in different poses. And but you can't, if you're sitting on the floor, You can't not sit on the floor for 4 hours in one position. Unless you're maybe a true like yoga master. I can sit for about 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I go to a different pose.
You have to, because it's an uncomfortable flat surface. You don't have any lumbar support. You don't have anything you're sitting up against. I hear you. There's a few positions that yoga teaches you to be in. Sitting on your knees with your feet flat on the ground behind you with your glutes on your heels is one. That's one where I can sit for an extended period of time, but you're still better off moving with intention, like you're saying, every 10 to 15 minutes to avoid those types of impingements.
That pose you just talked about was called the Seiza pose. And I had to get stem cells on my knee because my knee's smashed. And then I broke this femur. I sheared off the ball of my femur.
What?
Playing football. I shattered the ball off the femur.
I bet that was painful.
Oh, they say breaking your femur is about as worse as it gets.
It's like childbirth is how they the comparison.
I've seen 3 children be birthed, and I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that'd be rough.
They have to actually teleport themselves to an extra dimension and pull these babies from the spirit world and channel them through their birth canal into this realm. It's a wild, man. If you've never been around childbirth, man, it's a trip.
Oh, I understand it's the miracle of life, but it can be rough.
A healthy baby, I believe there's a divine architect of the universe. I call him God. And it's a true miracle.
Absolutely.
And so to be around that is say it just happened on accident. I just can't get there.
No.
And I love to have faith in that there's an almighty God. In the Viking culture, they called him Odin, the All-Father. My religious background, we have sometimes referred to him as the Eternal Father. He's very close to the All-Father.
Are you Nordic? Is that actually your background?
So yes. So I've done I actually years ago did some DNA testing.
Yeah.
And my ancestors were the LDS missionaries went knocking on doors in Germany and Switzerland and Sweden and Denmark and Norway.
Fascinating.
And
that's cool.
My ancestors came over and joined the LDS church. And it's very interesting. So when I was actually at Cal Berkeley, I was playing football at Cal Berkeley, and I took Scandinavian studies there. And we only have ever heard that there was, that the people that joined the church and moved to Utah, that they were all, I'm so excited to be a Mormon and join the church. But at the time the missionaries showed up in Denmark and Sweden, there was actually a small famine going on. Their potatoes had rotten. It was a precursor to the Irish potato famine.
Yeah.
And so they were like, hey, if you believe in Joseph Smith, we'll give you 40 acres and a mule to sign and we'll pay for you to come to America. And my ancestors were like, that is a great deal.
And that's how they got here?
And that's how they came to Utah.
Wow.
And so I'm
So what generation? Yeah. What generation are you?
So on this arm, I have a giant Viking ship. And on the bow is 5 shields.
So you're 5th generation.
5th generation.
Sick, man. That's very cool.
And
2 Vikings and 2, because we just had Derek Wolf on. Same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. That's awesome.
Who's Derek Wolf?
Derek Wolf is an NFL guy. He played the multiple Super Bowl guy. You pull him up, Chris?
Yeah.
Pull up his page. Dude, he's the coolest guy. You guys,
he's a
you guys would get along. Oh, he's an animal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, does he do MMA?
Good question. Did he mention that he did MMA? I think he might have.
I'm sure he had. Yeah.
I think he did. He's a big conservative dude, big into, he's got a lot of background, obviously with football. He won the Super Bowl with the Broncos and he's got a podcast and stuff, but he's a cool guy, but he's got Viking tattoos all over him. So I brought it up to him. I'm like, are you Norse? Or he's like, yeah, he did the same thing. The DNA test. He's like, yeah, I am.
Yeah. The results came back positive.
Yeah.
So anyways,
it's a cool background.
Oh yeah. So I love their warrior spirit. And
belief in Valhalla and I love that too. The belief that if you die on your shield with your axe, or sword, you go into Valhalla. Yeah. It's very cool. You see the show? Watch Vikings?
Oh yeah. So that's going back to how I met my wife. Is she had just started watching that show. And I had long hair back then, and my beard was not gray.
Pull the mic a little closer, bud.
And
like 2 inches.
Sorry, guys.
There we go. That's better.
And she's like, "Oh my gosh, have you seen Games of Thrones?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah." And she's like, and I'm like, "Have you seen Vikings?" She's like, "Oh yeah, what's that?" And so she liked that kind of.
Was that so that's like the show you guys watched together as a dude? That's a good one. That's a good show to watch with a girl.
Yeah. So
it's got that cool love with Lagertha and Ragnar, and it's a cool story. It's a great show.
So love that and love Vikings, all of it. So yeah, pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, man. So back to the the pelvic floor and the low back issues and the stem cells. I mean, you've had a lot of health problems that ultimately led you to this invention. You've got something here that's very unique, and it's not just for sitting. I mean, I love, and I'm attracted to the sports science side of things. I mean, for training, there's a lot of different modalities that I know you've seen some of the guys on IG using it for, and I do the same. But what first sparked the interest in even doing something like that?
I'm going to cut back to that. But going back to the Seiza pose, I diverted off into a tangent, is that I will sit in a deep squat on the Hunkerin stool, and then I'll go kneel down and then rest in into a Seiza.
Okay.
Because my knees were so damaged. That's where we diverted off the football. I was talking about my knees. Sorry. Full circle back. It's hard for me. I'm not
podcasting. That's why we love it.
So it came back full circle. And so I can rest in a Seiza pose. I cannot sit very comfortably in a Seiza pose. And I'm a 2nd degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And so we do a lot of stuff on the floor. And so most Jiu-Jitsu practitioners resting in a Seiza pose is pretty par for the course. And I have difficulty in doing that. And so once again, with the Hunkerin stool, I go from the deep squat to the Seiza. And then I move back and forth on different glutes with one leg up, one leg down. And so, and the whole reason, and I'll tell the story really quick. So going back to my ancestry, Kermit H. Jackson, and the H was from Hansen's from Denmark.
Sure.
So his family had come over from Denmark, and he was a dairy farmer and would milk cows on a milking stool before we had automated milking. And so when I was a little boy and I'd go over there and hang out with my grandpa, he would actually go out and milk the cow, and he would sit on a milking stool. And the idea was, you're down in that low squat. You're not up in a chair. And I'm like, but I can't sit comfortably on a milking stool. And so somehow I came up with the idea of springs. And so then it took me years to figure out how to attach the springs. It's patent pending. Who knows if we'll ever get the patent or not, but it's been a fun project, never to say the least. But so the 3 conical compression springs, though, articulate and bend and move like our spine does. Our spine is a big spring. And so now I'm resting on springs, and I can move and articulate, and I'm not sitting static. Once again, the goal, so people can rest in a deep squat. You can sit on a yoga block in a deep squat, which is great. But once again, you're static.
It's not moving beneath you.
And I have ADD, and I'm wiggling as the Kev keep telling me to move the microphone around. Like, I can barely hold still as it is. And so, and my little boys talk about these kids that are gaming right now. All the kids that are gaming, you need to go buy a Hunkerin Stool.
Oh, I bet.
And sit, and you can move around. And so you're engaging your core, you're moving, you're resting actively. And so that's how we came up with the Hunkerin Stool.
Yeah, that's outstanding. And at the time, did you have an application in mind for it beyond just your personal ability to sit on an object that moves, fix the ADD, simulate the spine? Did you have in mind a demographic of people that would?
I had the only people that I thought would come towards the Hunkerin Stool were people that had low back issues from sitting for extended periods of time, like I do. But because of my background in athletics and health and fitness, my posts and my first audience has been health and fitness. That's where we do the best on Instagram. And so I love to get them more into offices and have people break up their sitting routines. And my desk that I outlined before goes up to standing, and it goes all the way down so I can sit down in my Hunkerin Stool. There, hey!
I see it.
There it is.
Is that a dagger? That's awesome.
That's
on the desk?
Short sword called a sax. And my jiu-jitsu coach gave that to me when I got married.
I love it. And is this the desk that you said you did the cool thing to?
Yeah, so that's the black walnut slab on top of a...
Oh, it looks good, man.
On a IKEA stand-up.
Yeah. Oh, it looks outstanding.
So that desk will lower down.
All the way down to where you can use it while sitting?
But I usually just keep it standing, and then I go rest on my Hunkerin Stool, check emails, get on a call, and because I move. I'm constantly moving.
Yeah, with your background in jiu-jitsu, do you see this? Because I could see this being in gyms and training facilities that specialize in that, since it is a sport where you're always on the ground. Seems like that could have a welcome addition in a lot of these places if guys wanted to sit on that.
So
stay active.
So Nsima, who is with Mark Bell on his podcast, excellent jiu-jitsu practitioner. He uses it. There you go. He uses it to open up his hips.
Yeah,
and he's a person that has pretty good athletic ability.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen him, check him out.
Yeah, he does.
And so the fact that he uses the Hunkerin Stool to work on his hip mobility is insane.
Yeah.
And so, that was a great story. So when I first got into the Hunkerin Stool last Thanksgiving, it was a year ago, I went to Sacramento. My wife's family lives in Vacaville. And I said, hey, honey, I'm taking one Hunkerin Stool. I just barely had finished it. And it's not even the one we're selling today. Like, it's improved. It's had 2 different revolutions since this one I took to Mark Bell and Nsima. And I dropped one off at his gym. And I was like, well, there you go. A week later, Nsima called me up. He said, Kasey, this is sick. We want to be an affiliate. And I'm like, what's an affiliate, bro?
Yeah.
And I was like, hell yeah, we're doing this.
Oh, yeah.
And so when he posts, and then they got me in touch with a guy named Bill Maeda.
Oh, yeah.
The Japanese samurai. Oh, my gosh. We need he's helping me out. He's becoming an affiliate.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go do a business meeting with my wife. I mean, it's hard life.
Yeah, it's a rough trip, man.
I hope we can make that work out.
Much aloha over there, dude. Oh, he's great. No, Bill's always been cool. Yeah, I like his movements. And he's one of the first guys I saw using that thing. I think. That might have even been the video that I saw him using it. Yeah, I think that's the one. And again, he's somebody that really understands biomechanics. He's somebody that really understands kind of that out-of-the-box style of training that I love so much. I love seeing something and taking it and just adding a lot of versatility to it.
Yes.
It's making it weird.
Just as the inventor, that's not what the Hunkerin Stool is intended for. But Bill Maeda can do whatever he wants with them.
Those are exceedingly hard to do, by the way. Those push-ups that he's doing, I understand why you make the disclaimer they're not. That is very difficult.
If you look like that, try it out. If you don't look like that, stay away for your safety.
But it does really have application for so many different things. It's got the stretch, it's got the mobility aspect, it's got some cool strength applications. I like it for coaching, if I'm being honest with you. Like
as in what?
As in when I'm coaching, I use the Hunkerin Stool because a lot of times when you're training as a coach, you're standing a lot of the times. And you don't ever want to be like sitting because you got to get up and down really quickly. Like I have to set up a station and then my client will perform the station. And sometimes they'll be there for like 3 or 4 sets. So I don't only just stand with my knees locked. Like I want to sit, but I want to be still activated so I don't have to get up. That's what I use it for the most. I'll be just honest with you. I use it coaching all day long.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it's a great application. So one of the cool things, and I didn't really know this till as we've gotten into this first year here, is that it can be used from a therapy standpoint, where people that are Donnie Thompson just posted today. He just got 2 new knees.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
That's what I took out of the post. And so he had to put the Hunkerin Stool up on a I think a 2 or 4 inch platform. And he was able to slowly down and come rest on the soft landing.
That's him.
This is it right here.
Okay. Oh, so he measured it. He does do a really good job of explaining in his videos. Like a lot of the bells and whistles of editing and stuff, he kind of skips, which is good a lot of times. He just keeps it really simple. But he always does the best explanations, like why he's doing something. And yeah, man, again, just an OG lifter.
And that's what the Hunkerin Stool is intended for. Is somebody who has knee problems or back problems, and he can get down there and rest. And now, as over time, and I'm sure Donnie will wear it out. Yeah,
he's about as big as you, I think. Well, he's close.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah,
but he'll actually use it. A lot of people have gym equipment at home. They don't use it. It has dust on it. Donnie Thompson's going to wear that out, and he does. Donnie,
do they?
I will get you a brand new Hunkerin Stool anytime you wear that out.
No, I mean, I see the application too for right after, I don't know when his surgery was, but the way he's moving, it seems like it was fairly recent.
Yes.
And if you're looking to activate, but in a very non-invasive way, I actually love his use of the block there. That's the only thing that if you could figure out maybe an attachment, a side attachment that you could sell separate from the stool that would elevate it. Give it sort of a periodization option where somebody who can't go all the way down, because I've got clients, like one in particular I'm thinking of, and there's no way she could go all the way down to that. She would have to have it on something in order to reach it. But if you could build something like a triangle station that you could, like a block, like a pinch block, but triangle shaped, that you could just put and stack and make it available for different levels, that'd be a good idea.
That's been a reoccurring theme. And so I invented the Hunkerin Stool for me.
Yeah.
And my body mechanics and where I'm able to get to.
Mm-hmm.
So people like Mark Bell, Donnie Thompson, they're having a hard time getting that low.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, that is currently under development and a cushion for the top.
You've got really good hip mobility too, bro, by the way. Like to get down for as big as you are now, seeing you here, I wasn't sure how big you were. To get that low and to stay with your spine up, you're nice and erect. It's not like you're falling backwards or forwards. That's not easy.
And my weight is on the outside of my feet. I don't know if you can notice that.
I can.
And so I'm really stretching out my groin. My groin's on fire right there.
Yeah.
Because I'm keeping my knees out and I'm putting the weight on the blades of my feet. Goda, they call it inside ankle bones high. I don't know if you got any down the rabbit holes with the Goda guys. And so I bring it all. Anything that works, I put it in a blender and I drink that smoothie.
Is that where you would say your primary problem areas are at, is your groin? Is that a problem? Like you keep a lot of tension in there on your pelvic floor? Like where would you say that resides for you the most?
Well, now it's going to take a turn, the podcast.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
I'm actually on a spiritual journey. I've learned to push my body past its limits. I've ripped the muscles off of my skeletal frame. I've ripped both my pecs off. I have 2 borrowed corneas from cadavers.
Wow.
I've crushed the discs in my low back. So I've been able, because I'm a wild man, I've learned how to push my body far past what it was meant to do. And oh, how fun is that to do? To run and just and play football and fight people, and it's been so fun. But now I'm aging and I've learned these phenomenal tools to push myself past my limitations. So now I'm doing that physically. I've never done a startup business like this. I haven't figured out how to mass produce a Hunkerin Stool.
Yeah.
And then I'm taking that into a spiritual endeavor. And so we are, I believe we're spiritual beings having a physical experience.
I agree.
And so at one point in time, we came from a different incarnation to when, and I don't know, but I believe that we existed prior, and maybe we had prior incarnations. I don't know. I can't remember any of them. I hope I was a Viking. And I hope I did hold fast on the shield wall and I died and I gave it my all.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I at least tried.
I mean, if I was to speculate, I'd say, yeah, that sounds about right.
I would have gave it my all. And I still try to do it in this realm as well. And I believe our energy passes on to another realm, an afterlife. And I don't know to what end, but I do believe that we don't necessarily take our memories, but we take the karma. As we grow as spiritual beings, we reach certain levels. Like one of the things you can learn along the journey is gratitude. And once you can find a place of gratitude, then gratitude's the complete opposite of greed. Greed, there'll never be enough. Gratitude, there's an abundance and an overflow. And you'll never run out of gratitude. And so going back to the Hunkerin Stool, the Malasana pose, and now the root chakra, there you go. And that's where you start to open up. So we have a lot of beliefs and religions and Eastern practices believe in chakras, energy wheels. The first one is your root chakra, then your sacral chakra, and that's where the testes are. The top of your
reproductive organs.
Yeah.
Your sex chi.
That's where, yes. And then your solar plexus. So these bottom 3 chakras are tied with the ego. And that's where, and there's a lot of sexual blockages or misalignments that happen to men along our journey, where, porn or, always trying to find the next best thing.
Dating apps.
so we can sometimes misuse our sexual energy, and that can be misaligned. And so going back to this Hunkerin Stool and the spiritual journey that I'm, so as we learn to open up and tune these chakras, but you first got to go find them. And that's why it all started with this Malasana pose in this deep squat, is I was starting to open up some of that stuck energy. And so all of my tension, going back to where you asked me, like, is it in my hips? Is it in my psoas? Is it in my low back? And it's all of those 3 bottom chakras from my life going up to my heart chakra. That's your 4th chakra. If you can transcend, retune, and align these chakras, and Dr. Joe Dispenza, Becoming Supernatural, great book. He talks about a meditation where you can actually squeeze down on that root chakra. I forget the actual medical term for it, but it's that tension where you can stop urinating. A woman would do a Kegel exercise.
The Kegel, yeah.
Yeah.
Men can do them too.
I forget what we actually call it. It starts with a P.
It has practice in Tantra. I know that.
And so you suck in there, and then you pull this energy up through your chakras, and then eventually throw it out your crown chakra. And so this has been kind of a coincidence with the Hunkerin Stool, is as I'm learning to transcend my energy and open up these chakras and come to my heart chakra. And this is where the story really gets going. So these last couple of years, I meet my beautiful wife, and we have these beautiful babies. And now I'm a father. Oh, that's Sylvie Sky.
It's awesome.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
She's now 6 months old, and she is.
Congrats, buddy.
She's just unbelievable. Having 2 boys, good. My boys, if they ever want to call themselves a men, have to beat me in a fair fight. But I'm not fighting fair. I am not fighting. I'm going to kick the living shit out of my boys.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a while.
Oh, yeah. But I'm older. And my boys are going to be big.
But you're big.
I am big, and I'm mean. I don't. My second one might be meaner than me. I don't know.
Give them time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Give them time.
With me,
eventually, Father Time's undefeated. They'll catch you.
Oh, and I pray they do.
Oh,
I want them to far surpass me. So going back to your heart chakra now. So as we transcend these different and open, and I don't know if they're blocked, the chakras. I think they're out of tune.
Yeah. Well stated. I can hear that.
Because if a piano can still make music, but it might be out of tune.
Yeah.
And so our chakras,
not broken. It just isn't sounding.
Unaligned.
Yeah.
And so
through trauma, through poor practices. You mentioned pornography. That's a really good one, especially for men. A lot of the things we do throughout our life will interfere with our spirituality and our ability to live a productive and conscious life.
And we fall into it so harmlessly, because we are all, and I believe the more masculine you are, the more almost you're prone to that type of stuff.
Oh, I agree.
Because I'm a super aggressive. I probably have a huge sexual appetite.
Probably.
3 kids, 3 years. Yeah, man.
I mean, and so that's been a conflict in my life. And so
probably.
And what I'm trying to do though is take the experiences I had from learning to push my body past its limits, is now realigning and tuning my chakras and coming up through these different energy sources and tapping into my heart chakra. And once you start living from a gratitude and love, and also in some of your podcasts, I've heard you talk about different plant-based medicines. I've done a lot of work with ayahuasca, psilocybin, LSD, and that's been very transformative for me as well. And so you just take, going back to the smoothie, is I rob from Buddhism, I rob from Hinduism, I rob from Christianity.
Sure.
And I put it in my blend. Oh, and the Norse gods.
Of course.
And put them into a blender and make it, because I'm just trying to become the best person I can be, so that I can be the best example for my sons. And this is another crazy story. So my name is Kasey F. Jackson. And my great-great-grandpa was a guy named William Jackson. And he had a tumultuous, and this goes back to Pembrokeshire Wells, in the 1800s. he had left home because of an abusive situation and ran away and became a ship's cabin boy. And he changed his name from Jones to Jackson. And the only reason we found this out is because we've had private detective historians, family historians who tracked us down through DNA and all this stuff. And so my name is actually Jones, but he changed his name under duress.
Yeah.
And so my boys' names are Kasey.
Okay.
I've changed their names in Scandinavia right
From
now.
yours. They're not Jackson. They're O Jackson. Am I hearing that right?
So So my name's Kasey.
Yeah.
And so my boy Niels is Niels B. The B's for his mom's maiden name Brown. Kasey.
Okay.
And so I've changed their last names because I'm not really a Jackson. And so my family's had a hard time with it because they think I'm disrespecting them. And
Because the name is Jones?
Jones.
Understood.
And the poor guy, William, changed his name under duress. And so right now in Iceland, and I've been there a couple of times. If you haven't been to Iceland, book it. Yeah. It's the most craziest place. It's
I've
so
heard.
Beautiful. In Iceland, every generation, Sven will have Jens. So Jens now is Jens Svensson. Then the next one will have another son. And so every generation, they change their last name.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And so my ancestors in Scandinavia, we used to do that as well. And then at one point in time, it stopped. And so the Hansons, the Christiansens, the Nilsons, all these are my great-great-grandpas and grandmas. And so I took that old tradition of changing the last name every generation. And so I took it from Jackson to Kasey. And in Irish, O means descendant of. O'Neill, Sean O'Malley, the UFC fighter.
Yeah.
So the O is just a descendant of.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to become the best version I can be so that when my boys are 18, they want to have that name. They want to
live up to the name. They have a name they want to live up to.
And not that there's anything wrong with Jackson. If they're 18, if they want to change it back, they sure can. And the cool thing about the O is because I live outside the box as well. And so I'm giving them, right now my little boy's at Forest Preschool. We take him up in the mountains of Utah and we let him out for 2-3 hours on a Wednesday afternoon. And he has these two awesome just women that are into the forest, and he learns about nature and birds and the seasons and the suns and the moon, back to our Viking heritage. And so he's not stuck in a class.
No.
With the ADD.
Yeah, like playing with blocks and being told what to do.
No, that's the problem with us. Yeah. Is I was built for a shield wall, not to sit still all day.
Yeah, I get that.
And so
we were talking about the same thing in the last episode too, man. It's crazy. We were talking about the fact that school isn't meant for everybody. That the system we've created for this uniform setting that we want all of our kids to conform to. It's not. For some, it's good. For some kids, they're very equipped to be in the classroom 6 to 8 hours at a time, like no problem. But for other people, they were meant to be in the shield wall. They were not meant to be the, mathematical scholars and all the classroom setting type of people. They were meant to be explorers and warriors. And the fact that it's why you have so many people that I feel they feel really disenfranchised as kids. Kids feel like, I'm not meant to be here. Well, maybe you weren't. You're being kind of forced to be in this setting with the rest of your peers. Maybe you were actually meant to be doing something different. And that's really hard because on the one hand, obviously, we don't want our kids to grow up stupid or uneducated or not socialized around other kids. But on the other hand, you're entirely disregarding the potential that maybe your kid was not meant to be a classroom type kid. And then if he doesn't conform, we just medicate him. And that sucks because that really doesn't really give kids much of a fighting chance.
125% agreed. And then now you're looking for an escape. Now you're addicted to computer games. Now you're constantly looking for that next dopamine hit because you're not outside getting your ass kicked in a street fight, getting real dopamine. Not that everybody should do that either as well, but so they're seeking that kind of a dopamine hit. And so if they can't get it from real life experience, they'll seek it for artificial dopamine, which is the computer games, which is social media, doom scrolling, whatever you want to call these things. That's now part of our society. So it's just a wonderful journey to be on, and trying to be the best I can, to be the best example for my boys, and teach them to become warriors.
You're going to put them in sports?
Everything. And
because that's to me the answer. Because you're not going to be able to convince anyone that kids shouldn't be in school. But I do think you can make a very good argument that, yeah, listen, my kid's not a mathematical genius. My kid's going to be the best linebacker in the state. Like, you give him sports. Get him through what he needs to, but just know that this is what my son is built to do. This is who he wants to be. I'm not going to stop him from what he wants to be and what his passion is driving him to do because you think he needs to be really good at calculus. Like, that's not fair.
Or social studies.
Or whatever it is. We've all got things that, like, I don't know. What were you good at? What was your thing?
Women's gender studies. Was my... No. I kind of was I was a little bit nerdy. Math was kind of my thing.
Math was good for you?
Yeah.
I was terrible at math. I was horrendous at math. I was good at English. I could write and I could...
Well, you're very well spoken.
Thank you.
You could probably write really well.
That took time. I could write well long before I could speak well. Speaking took a little bit of time. I'm a little bit overactive with my thoughts. You know what it was? It wasn't even speaking. It was listening. Listening was a really hard lesson for me to learn. The ability to stop talking, allow someone else to go, contain the information and absorb it that they're sending your way, and then form a response and give it back. Most of the time when people are talking to you, they're not listening to you. They're waiting for you to stop speaking so they can jump in. That's what most people do in conversation. And that's not a conversation. That's a lecture. And that's a big problem a lot of times. I've recognized even people who you would think they're like professional conversationalists. They're supposed to be good at this. They'll get in there and I'll look at them. There's like this glazed look on their eyes and I'll be talking about something and they'll completely cut it off and go in a different direction and talk about what they want to talk about. And I realize, I'm like, yeah, you just don't have good conversation skills. You're a good lecturer. Like if I give you a topic and I say, okay, let me take notes, go. You're really good. But a lot of people are not really versed in what that is. And it actually really is a skill that is valuable. It's very valuable to be able to sit across from somebody and absorb and listen. God gave us one mouth and two ears. You're supposed to listen twice as much as you speak. And I think usually the wisest person in the room is the person that knows how to listen. And if you couple that with somebody who has maybe like a genetic ability to speak and articulate, and they can retain that information, they've got the memory to store it, and then they can form an answer in their head while listening to you and then give it to you, that's a leader. That's the person in the room that is ultimately going to go the furthest. And that takes time.
Well, it's so funny you say that because you are a true student of life. So not only are you trying to become better in your endeavor as a coach, and a therapist, and all the rest of it, is that now you're trying to learn the art of conversation, which will only behoove your podcast endeavor. And so that's very excellent. Well put. Very well put. Because we are always like, and especially as somebody who's new to podcast, is I'm trying my best to tell my story. And so by hearing you talk about that, though, was very good as me. I just learned that from you as that little snippet of information. So what a beautiful exchange of thoughts and learning that, these podcast forums can allow us to do. It's crazy, man.
It's a fun art form. And it's also, it is something that will take you well outside of just the realm of podcasting. When you realize what this to me is a form of, yes, sure, it's networking and it's conversation, but it's mentorship. Like, you just learned something from me. I'm learning something from you. Every single person I sit across from, this is how I learn. I don't learn the best from reading on a book. And this is just the funny difference of a brain. Like, maybe are you somebody who reads and learns, or do you listen and learn? How is it for you, Chris? I mean, I don't even think I've asked you that before.
I don't know. I can read and learn probably better than I listen and learn, but doing is how I learn best.
Like actually acting out whatever it is you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I'm similar. But I've never been a really good retaining information from the pages of a book. It's much easier for me if somebody's actually going to speak it to me and talk to me about it, because that's how I absorb. And I learned that early on, which is why I think I was mostly attracted to this. But that's the way I view this. I love the networking side and it's nice, but I love learning. And I love the fact that I can get people in here and whatever it is the subject we're talking about, they're going to know more about it than I am. That's the whole goal.
That's very well put. And, you know, the guy who does that the best is Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
hands down. I mean, that guy, he actually interviews people that he wants to learn something from them.
Mm-hmm.
And far surpasses him in any of that field. You know, Joe can barely even probably open the book.
Yeah.
But he can glean enough from a conversation. Mm-hmm. And going back to learning in school is like, I learned as an athlete, like Jiu-Jitsu. Like if you show me a move, then I do the move. And then if I teach somebody the move, I'm like, oh.
I got it.
Now I know how to, and same thing with building. Like if you show me, okay, you cut the board, you measure it, you cut it here. Okay. But I have to, it's like hands-on learning. Mm-hmm. And sometimes now in boys, the way we have to sit and learn and listen. There's not a lot of doing when somebody's teaching. And so that's one of the reasons why, you know, we're leaning towards more of a homeschool for my boys.
I was homeschooled.
Oh.
Yeah.
Were you really?
I was. I was homeschooled till about 7th grade.
And then you went to junior high.
And then I went to junior high and high school. So, but I'm a product of two parents that saw the same type of thing. I grew up.
Your mom and dad did a good job.
Well, thank you. I'll make sure that
what I know is thus far, and today's the only day I met you, but you have a good vibe, you got good energy, and what you're doing here with your podcast
Thanks, bro.
is on a good, positive mission. And so your mom and dad get a job. So now, now for sure I'm going to homeschool my boys. Have somebody come out smart like you.
Oh, well, I tell you, man, it gives from the kid's perspective, because I can speak to that very uniquely. It gives you this foundation of family loyalty that you just don't see it when the kids go off immediately. Like if you go to kindergarten and you're separated from your siblings because you're usually different ages, you're in different classrooms, you're not really interacting with each other. And then you come home and you play for a little bit, but you've got homework, and they give kids homework early. And for me, I mean, it was, yeah, sure. We needed to learn the subject matter, and math and science and all that stuff had to be a part of our lives, but we all did it together. I did school in the living room with my brothers. I come from 4. And then we went outside the entire day. And my mom and my dad, but my mom primarily, was very kind of laissez-faire with the whole process. She was like, look, they're outside, they're playing. I'm going to let them do that. I'm not going to call them in and demand that they sit down and read a science book. They need to be out doing this. They'll figure out the rest as they go. But once it became clear that we, had subjects we excelled in, that we could pass the test, that we could make it into any sort of a, public or even private school curriculum, then that was enough. And all the rest was spent just cultivating, like I said, the family loyalty. My relationship with my siblings to this day is very close and abnormal compared to what I see from a lot of my peers, their relationships with their siblings. Some of them are, strange. Some of them are good, but they're not. I mean, I'm very close with my family to this day. And I think a lot of that is because of the way I was raised. I really do.
That's very cool. That's very cool. I see these reels sometimes on social media where the mom sent their little kid to school who's like a baby still, like a 5-year-old. And the mom's just breaking down and crying. And not everybody's capable of homeschooling their kids, which I completely understand. But I work from home, and so I can't even imagine. Cause sometimes my wife, it's 3 kids, 3 and under. That's a strain, man.
Yeah.
And so I take the boys on walks almost every day with my dogs.
It's awesome.
And we go on little adventures and we go down and I can't train jiu-jitsu anymore in the evenings. Because I have 2 private clients at night, and we do rough and tumble, and until somebody cries and gets hurt.
Oh, I'm sure they love it every single time.
Oh yeah, and
boys are so boys are simple. Do what you're doing, and that's enough. They just want your time and your love and your support, and that's what boys need.
And as going into as a new parent, I kind of didn't really have any expectations because I'm older. And now having these 2 boys, and they're completely different, and I have all these crazy ideas and goals. I'm like, I want my boys to do this, or I want to be jacked and just massive, and tattooed up, and just roll into a bar and just wipe everybody out with my 2 boys. You know what I mean? But that's just kind of my ego. portraying how I want my boys to be. But as they've come into this realm, I call it, and with their beautiful, already downloaded egos and personalities, they far surpassed any expectations I could ever create in my mind. And so going back to the heart chakra, there you go, baby. There you go. So really
just working on it each and every day, man.
Yeah.
And that's great. I think it's important to have expectations, but also the ability to amend those expectations and realize that, they've got their own autonomy. They've got their own individual identity that they're going to come into. And right now they don't know what it is because, for crying out loud, you're still learning what mine is. It's like it changes. But it's going to be really, really fun, I think, for you to kind of watch just each one of them grow and become their own person. And that's gotta be one of the best things about being a dad, right?
Cannot wait. Well, as I'm sitting here right behind you, I see Becoming the 1% podcast. And I'm dying to know, how did you guys come up with Becoming the 1% podcast? Like, one of the reasons I wanted to come here is I love that. Like the 1% Kaizen, getting 1% better every day, a Japanese business philosophy. So how'd you guys come up with 1% podcast? I need to know really quick.
Yeah, no, of course. Well, in the beginning, it started as a way for me to diversify the bandwidth on the guests that I wanted to see. I knew I wanted to interview people who were extremely successful. I didn't know if it would be in fitness. And that was a way for me to narrow the scope enough to where I knew the types of people I wanted to talk to, but I didn't know the exact demographic that I would end up around. So you figure, that kind of says a lot about how I want to operate, how I think of the people that I want to work with, truthfully. Like, I don't want to surround myself with people who aren't striving to be the best at what they do. And that can mean so many different things. And I've come to really appreciate that it's not, again, ego. I have my interpretation of what I think the 1% is and what I think the best personality traits are for the best jobs and how you can succeed. But I've also come to learn, and this is the reps of time, with time, I've learned that it's a very different interpretation for different people. Some people, their definition of true success is they want to help as many people. They want to give as much of themselves to somebody else as they can. They don't have any aspirations to make money. They don't have any desire to be the, most famous person in their field. They don't want that. Some people don't even want to go on social media. They don't want to sell anything. They just want to help people. So I've really come to appreciate the broadness of really what that can mean. And my appreciation has then extended to the different diverse guest lists that I've been able to have come through here.
Well, I'm honored that you'd even have me come on here.
Oh, dude, it was an easy choice. I love what you're doing. I love what it is that you're, creating. I love that it's new. That's the thing too, is like Rogan. If I'm fascinated by somebody, whether it's their personality or their product or their message, that's all I need. I don't need a follower count. I don't need to see that you're this massive mogul selling 10,000 Hunkerin Stools a minute. I don't need that. That's not what fascinates me. What fascinates me, and it's very interesting because I think the least interesting thing to me about somebody is usually the amount of money they have. And unfortunately, that's a lot of the success. I don't know when this happened because it kind of happened almost in my lifetime where it seems like somehow there's this shift where it's like the only focus is on money. And for me, that's been the last focus for most of my professional career, even in my own, almost to my detriment, where it's like I'm not monitoring the books as closely as I can. I'm like, is there money in the account? Okay, cool. Oh, there's more money than there was. Oh, that's cool too. I don't really care. That's not really what drives me. What drives me is the passion, the people, the team that I can build, see their careers take off. I get more gratification from watching other people make money from something we do together, working together, than I do making money on something that I do. Like truly. That's kind of just where I'm at with it. And yeah. Again, back to the podcast, that's really what I wanted. I wanted to see people and hear their definitions of success and how they would define what the 1% is to them.
Well, I think you just hit the nail on the head when you said passion and 1%. So if you don't have a passion, like whatever it may be, and because in order to become a 1%, you have to be passionate about that journey, that target you're trying to hit. And so just hearing you speak today and listen to previous podcasts, it's like you're your passion exudes you. It escapes from your mouth.
Escapes.
And like, I love passion. I love to see racehorses run.
Yeah, me too.
Oh man, you let a racehorse go. I mean, or whatever. You know, they're like sometimes people are lucky enough to find their passion, but then even then, sometimes people are lucky enough to find what they have to do. Like John Jones, the fighter, like he might be living his passion, but John Jones was put on earth to be a fighter, and he's done it. We'll probably never see another John Jones.
No. I think he's an example of somebody who found his passion, and his passion it's the biggest coincidence and the biggest blessing I think you can have in your professional career. His passion is also the thing that he's the best at, and he's a mogul success that we'll never see again. That's so rare. Somebody who does something that they're passionate about and finds the success with it like he does, that's unheard of.
Well, it goes to Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. You know, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know. But between those two guys, they killed it, you know? And so just to whatever your passion may be, and it might be just, my dad is an engineer, but he's the best dang engineer there is.
Oh, wow.
And he pursues it. It's his passion. And he's now at the age where he can retire, but he still goes to work every day.
That's how you know you did it.
Because and he doesn't want to quit working, because that's when you start to slow down and lose some cognitive function, and you're not moving. You're sitting static in your chair. And so he actually comes in right now and has been helping me assemble Hunkerin Stools in my garage on the weekends. And my dad is 72 years old, and he can outwork any of these young kids that I've tried to buy. First of all, they don't even know how to turn a Allen wrench. Yeah. And they don't know what a screw is and a bolt, which is a whole nother story. But my dad, I mean, he'll outwork me. You know, he's a savage. And so that guy,
and he loves it. He loves doing it. He loves the work.
And my beloved beautiful wife loves being a mom. She and her job is a full-time mom with 3 kids, and then she has to help with a crazy ass husband, which, as you can well imagine, like, I'm not the easiest person to hang around with all day.
A lot to manage.
Yo, man, like,
yeah, dude, I get it though. But that's a lot of times that's kind of that's the barrier to entry for a lot of successful people. They are these over the top, very difficult to manage personality for themselves by their own admission. Like I am a lot to manage just on my own. I need help managing me, because sometimes even something as simple as my emotional state is entirely out of whack. You've talked about your chakras and everything that you've been on this journey. That passion, that energy, that drive, that's almost like sociopathic within each of us. And you and I both have that kind of thing, to where we can work. It's never a problem of turning it on for us. It's a problem of turning it off.
Oh.
And this is where I hear a lot of wisdom coming from. This is why I like to surround myself with women. I know that sounds, but
no, I get
among other
wife,
things.
If it wasn't for my wife, I would not be here right now.
Oh, wow.
I would be doing some crazy shit and thinking I'm having the time of my life. I'd be hungover. Yeah, most likely.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, they bring balance. This was the point I would make about this, about being around feminine energy, is that they do bring. If you are like you're enough dude for any room all by yourself. Like, you bring a masculine energy to where you need 2 or 3, at least one solid woman in the room to balance you. You're like, hey, easy, like, relax. We're not going to do that right now. Like, you and I both need that. Like, that's something that, and because, I mean, again, for me, I've chosen very strategically the people that I surround myself with in any kind of an intimate space as far as work related. And I love working with women, with the divine feminine. It balances me, because for me, I am 1 to 100. I can't turn it down. I have to go up. And my perspective a lot of the times is, I've already made up my mind before I even talk or ask anybody about anything. Having people in my life who I value, you know, the therapists that work with me, you know, people like my mother, people that I can go to who think differently than me, and women think differently than we do. That's a valuable trait that a lot of men need to learn. Value the opinions of the women that are in your life, even if it's somebody as simple as your mom. But your wife, that's got to be number one. That's got to be the woman in your life whose opinion you should be valuing the most.
That's perfectly well put. Checks and balances. I'm all checks. Maybe I should leave and go gambling in Vegas for the weekend. Check, 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 check. And then my wife's like, well, hold on a second. Maybe we should save our money and buy a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I didn't even think about that.
I'm like, well, shit, I might hit a hot streak.
Yeah.
And we'll buy a whole Christmas tree forest, which is not going to happen. And so, yeah, that's perfectly put. And the term you used, and I love that you said divine feminine. Mm-hmm. And so with that's so sacred and so pure. And that's kind of getting lost these days.
Yeah.
Where, like femininity is kind of getting brushed out. And then there's this thing called toxic masculinity. Well, I'm toxic as it comes. Mm-hmm. Like I have guns tattooed on my legs, and brass knuckles. So like I everything masculinity is there we go. There's my hatchet right there on my side of my leg.
I think both. I think you are seeing a disregard for the balance of both masculine and feminine energy on both ends, because you have a complete disregard for masculinity today. Today, in today's structure that we've created in 2024, men like you have almost no agency. In a lot of the political structure, if you are a uber masculine man, they are expecting you to behave a certain way. A lot of people will stereotype you without even seeing you or meeting you or knowing you, just based on the way that you look. And a lot of people today have really bastardized men, masculine men, because I think masculine men have done a lot of disservice to themselves, no doubt. I mean, that on both sides, you have this. You have, it's almost like a teeter-totter. You have this disregard for masculine men, which is then causing men to feel disenfranchised, which is then causing them to act toxic. Then you have women who want to find quality men and want to partner with them and bring that divine feminine in and create that beautiful symbiotic balance with each other. But they can't do that because men, either they hate women, they feel women don't talk to them, and women feel the same way toward men. Men don't know how to grow up. Men don't value me. Men don't ask me out anymore. And you have this very, very weird separation that has been schismed inside of our society. And I see that, again, on both sides of the aisle.
100% agree. But I do think that I do see the pendulum swinging back. Like it went so far out of counterbalance that now I think we're having a chance for it to swing back to where we do want duality. Mm-hmm. We want a feminine and a feminine and masculine, negative and a positive charge, a checks or balances. And so I'm just so lucky and so blessed that I found my beautiful wife and we started this beautiful little family, and I'm hustling, man. I'm hustling this Hunkerin Stool. And our goal with our Hunkerin Stool is not a set number, right? Going back to the money is I want to be able to make enough money to buy a little piece of property, have a little homestead, have a cow that my boys can learn how to milk on a Hunkerin Stool.
Yeah, I love it.
Right now we drink raw milk.
There you go.
I give my boys raw milk. I'm gonna start sprinkling some colostrum in it and creatine when they start hitting puberty. Not that they're going to need that by then.
Yeah, they're going to be good.
So my little boys right now, we put chocolate protein shake, Mark Bell's steak shake, in with their 100% non-pasteurized straight raw milk.
There you go.
And the boys say, my oldest one, he's the one who can talk. He's like, I drink, he calls it cow's milk. And I'm like, yeah, buddy, it's real cow's milk because the babies drink mama's milk.
Yeah. And you grow up, you get Mark Bell's steak shake in there too, man. That sounds good. That's cool. A protein shake that I take. Yeah, milk and steak shake. That's where it's at. So if somebody wanted to get a Hunkerin Stool or get involved, man, or, find out more about this, where would you send them?
So right now, go and check out our Instagram page or our website. And it's super easy, www.hunkerinstool. I took the G off So it's just Hunkerin,
Mhm.
and it's hunkerinstool.com.
Hunkerin.
And that's really cool. So the word hunker comes from the Old Norse word huka, to squat. I didn't even know that. I did not even know that until I was looking about, like, where did the word hunkerin come from? And it's an Old Norse word to squat. And I'm like, well, dang. And so I do believe that there's been some mojo in the different realms of ancestors that might have sprinkled some ideas in, and the idea came from an old milking stool. So here we go, baby. Check out the Hunkerin Stool.
That's right. So hunkerinstool.com. Thanks, buddy. That was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you coming on. Seriously.
God bless you guys. You guys are doing great.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for the
I appreciate that.
opportunity.
Of course.